All right, so continue. So one more time the sentence. The optimal way to perform this mitzvah is to recite in a manner of seeking. Devote people who cherish mitzvah. So as we said before, if you have the first opportunity to do mitzvah, you have to jump and run, and it's very important to do this early as possible. Who would arrange their prayers so that they recite Shema slightly before sunrise? Okay, commentary. Sunrise is generally defined as occurring when the orb of the sun is first visible on the horizon. However, Mishnah Berurah 58:7, see Mishnah Berurah 57, but the wording suggests that a slightly early definition. Okay, so I mean in a little early. This is significantly later than earliest possible time to recite Shema mentioned above. Meshiaka. Okay. So basically not all herb, but you see the sun better, and you see in our, if you go to this application, myzmanim.com, it's 7 degrees, 13 degrees, this degrees, that degrees. So like if you want to hold by different opinions. Okay, continue. So that one can conclude the recitation of Shema in its accompanied blessing exactly at sunrise. And then immediately begin Shmona Esrei. So the Shmona is the time for Shmona Esrei. So I'm just reiterate what we said. The time for Shmona Esrei, the best time, the most like the first opportunity is the sunrise. So they start the Shema. Shema takes a few minutes, you know. So before a little before sunrise. So they would complete at sunrise. And at sunrise they do this Shmona Esrei. And I saw it, and it's amazing, like looking at the husband who downs and he checks time. He has another Torah side, so he will sing a little, whatever, but unbelievable. They start exactly on a second. They have a atomic clock. It's unbelievable. Okay. So commentary. The optimal time to pray Shmona Esrei is exactly at the sunrise. In addition, we're going to get in the laws of Shmona Esrei, just FYI, in the next chapter. So it's chapter number 18. In addition, the last of the blessing accompanying the Shema, Goal Israel, the Redeemer of Israel, must be recited immediately prior to the beginning of Shmona Esrei. Thus, one who wishes to recite Shmona Esrei in the optimal time must begin the recitation of Shema a bit before sunrise. Mishnah Berurah 58:6. Okay, so I mean, okay, so that's what we said. So they calculated that time, saying Shema, so they finish Shema right at the sunrise. I mean, I'm not sure what the people did in olden days. I'm not sure how they were calculated, but today with this atomic clock, it's very simple. They know like precise second, and that's what they do at precise second. Okay, continue. One who is able to do this is and succeeds in the beginning of Shmona Esrei, exactly at sunrise, his reward is very great. So I think it's the first time ever that Kitzur said something about reward. I mean, so far it was only obligation or do and don'ts. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it a bigger reward than davening with a minyan or no?
No. Two separate things. So reward and your prayer being heard, two separate things. You cannot compare.
Can I say it this way? Why does Hashem give more? Hashem gives more reward. Why? Because it's a greater show of His honor. Correct. Yes. So, since this is the only place which talks about reward, which we read so far, okay, so it must mean that it shows Hashem's honor more than over there with the minyan. Because why does Hashem answer your prayers better over there? Because it's more of His will, meaning it's more showing His honor. So shouldn't davening vasikin matter more?
No, we said before that the honor of the king in the multitudes. You remember multitudes of people. So the more people participate in the mitzvah, the more honor to the king. So as we said, the king comes to the town, and only his grandma is waving on in the airport. No, it's not honor. Or thousands of people. Like I remember, I went to Israel like I don't know, a few weeks or on a week. No, I was there when Trump came there. So Trump came to Israel. And I was in the south of Israel, so somebody called me, my relatives in Israel, said, "Where are you?" They're closing all of the streets, all of the highways and stuff like that. So they make sure stay away from these major highways. I said, "I'm not in the highway. I'm in the Dead Sea, so I'm very far from that." Baruch HaShem. But after that, we went to Yerushalayim, and it's amazing. Like we went to Yerushalayim maybe on the next day after he left, or on that day when he left, maybe he left in the morning, I don't remember. But it's like you see the streets adoring with all of these things, I don't know, with balloons, with all of these like flags, they were waving flags and stuff, all of these like posters, huge posters on the buildings, like unbelievable. So you see that they receive him like a king. It's not like a single car or even cortege of the cars just came. No, it's like they show him the biggest honor possible. In a sense, there is no doubt that davening with minyan is a bigger mitzvah than davening vasikin, right? But if he has a choice to daven with vasikin minyan or regular minyan, so he can choose better reward. But if he cannot get up, if it's too hard for him, so I mean, he just davens with regular minyan.
So I have this type of question for you. Now, this glory of Hashem thing, for example, Yeshua, right? He would go to Moshe and, he would set up the chairs and everything, correct? Now, my question is like this. Okay, what he did is great. Why? Because he did a very big mitzvah. The thing is, now he elevated the glory of Hashem with his mitzvah. The thing is, he made all the other Yidden who study from Moshe look like, oh, you're not doing what Yeshua does. Yeshua is like this, you're like this. So because that one Jew magnified the glory of Hashem, the other 50 Jews go down in how they look. Do they not?
Okay, it's a very interesting question, but you see, even today in a shul like Shavuot, Motzei Shabbos, everybody runs out. You can stay behind and so like fold talaisim and stuff like that and clean up all of these things that people left, and even put sidurim back on the shelf, the kumashim back on the shelf. So many people ran out. Even they heard many times, and as you and I, about the story of Yeshua, but they do not care. You understand? So this mitzvah, it's easy mitzvah, is basically the people trample on their heels, right? It's easy mitzvah. It's there for free. You don't have to invest to clean up the shul as Yeshua did. I mean, he didn't invest any money and stuff like that. You understand? But the reward was huge, and that's what Hashem wants us to do it from the bottom of your heart. I want to clean the shoes. I want to straighten the tables. I want to take the garbage out. I wanted to make sure that all of the sidurims are on a place, not laying around like from a pogrom stuff like that. Some people like throw like after the Shabbos end. Not just like in the morning. Some people come only for the morning prayers. People, right? And then they just throw sidurs on a bench and leave. It's like unbelievable. Mm-hmm. So some other people, devoted people, would come and collect sidurim and put them back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's say there's a non-from Jew, right? And he came to the shul for the first time, and you have two choices now, right? You usually, let's say, without the netter thing, we're not talking about the netter, but usually you clean up the shul, right? But everybody leaves, right? But the thing is, if you stay now, he's going to think, oh, poor guy, these Jews don't care about one another. They all left here. Boy, he's doing everything by himself. Well, what is this community, right? Mm-hmm. So should he leave in that case or no?
I mean, you just do your job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's people who wants to turn everything upside down, they would. So I give you this example. It happened even to the greatest tzaddik who ever lived, Moshe, and Hashem himself certified him as a tzaddik. He spoke about him. He's the most humble person, right? Mm-hmm. So the people say, so when Moshe would leave, he stand a little early. So they say, you know what? They probably had a fight with his wife. So now she kicks him out, and he left the tent earlier. But when he would stay longer in the tent, they say, these people are cooking against us. They trying to extort money from us, this from us. That's like you understand. So it was no win situation. Whatever you do, you're late, you're early. So people wants to make up case against you. They're going to make up a case, but you just be honest and you do whatever you need to do. Understand? Okay, so let's continue. So we say, the Shulchan Aruch 58:1. He's destined to the world. He's destined for the world to come, and will not come to harm the entire day. Mishnah Brura 58:8. So it's a very good blessing, no? So he is going to get the world to come, meaning unless he loses, right? So so he's destined to the world to come, and plus he's blessing the entire day. Will have no harm the entire day. So meaning unless he put himself in the harm's way, so that's a different story. I mean, if he start driving opposite the traffic on the highway, so that's this mitzvah is not going to help him much. Okay, so continue. Time. Okay, we have time. In any case, one must take great care not to delay the time of recitation past the 1/4 of the day. So 1/4 of the day, so 13. The entire Shema must be completed by the end of this time. So that's 1/4 of the day. So today is around 9 something. I don't know. What was it? Okay. So continue. So it was 13. Continue. 1 second. Okay. This is especially relevant in the summer days, when the days are long in our country. But even though the days are long, at times the latest time to recite Shema is before 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so I mean it's not in our country, but okay, in their country. So let's see. Number 14. People tend to get up at the same time throughout the year, regardless of when sunrise occurs. In the summer, when the sunrise is earlier, the end of the 3 hours is earlier than in winter. Therefore, must be very careful to arise with enough time to recite the Shema before the latest time for recitation passes. So, as we said, so in some shuls, they have this davening, and I'm not talking about this crazy 9:45 or 10 a.m. I'm not talking about this shuls, right? And unfortunately, one shul not too far from me, so I mean, they go down, and because one of the clown, why? Because he insisted that he wants to be a rabbi, because he was a rabbi and basically they destroyed community for many years, and now there is no people, so he said, no, I'm still going to be rabbi of the shul, but there is no salary because the shul doesn't have money. Does not matter if I can stand at the podium and talk, and women are going to listen to me, and somebody will smile and say chazak, but that's enough for me. So that's what ego can do to a person. So in a sense, sometimes it's it's if you're doing something l'shem shamayim and you see it's not working, so just move away and let somebody who can do a better job to do the job. So they start at 11 in the morning. 11. So I asked somebody, well, you're going to still do the Teshuvah? No, he said, no, it's too late for me. So they stay 11 in the morning. Okay, I mean or 11 this time. Crazy times. Okay, so continue. So what is about? So okay, people tend to get up. Okay, so at the same time. So basically, in our days, the way I understand the early Shema is around 9:10. I would say the latest Shema, like in the summer months, it's like 9:10 and 9:15. It's like very early. So in shul that I go, they knew, of course, they knew that, and they make a davening 8:45. Many times we were not going to get to the Shema in these few days, but it's still day one. But there is a possibility that you can get to. So basically, what I do on Shabbos, I don't leave my house until I say all of the 3 paragraphs of Shema. I don't leave the house, just to make sure that I don't miss. I mean, it's such an easy mitzvah. Why would I lose? I mean, it's stupidity, right? Continue. Nevertheless, if the time to recite Shema did pass, and what did not recite Shema? Okay, he was sick, this and that, right? It is permitted to recite Shema with accompanied blessing until 1/3 of the day has passed. So let's see. 1/3 of the day has passed. Commentary. Or until the end of the 4th hour. So the 4th hour, it's latest time for Shachris, I guess. Okay, or until the end of the 4th hour of the day. While he does not fulfill the mitzvah of reciting Shema in a proper time, he does fulfill the obligation to reciting prayers, of which the blessing and recitation of the Shema are part. Okay, so at least you get that name part. That's reward, right? The blessing accompanying the Shema are not like the blessing that are recited after performance of other mitzvahs. Those blessings generally contain the words Asher Kiddushonu b'mitzvot tzivanu, meaning who has sanctified us with his commandments and has commanded us. The blessing accompanying the Shema, however, are separate blessings that the sages ordained to be recited together with the Shema. As such, they are part of the prayer and can be recited until the 3rd of the day has passed. So 3rd of the day meaning 4 hours. So Shema, correct time, up to 3 hours, right? So, but even after the 4 hour of the day, so you can say Shema with the blessings. So remember, you have 2 blessings and then 1 blessing. After 2 before blessing and after 1 after blessing, but Shema can be said like after that. I mean, we didn't get to it. After that, you can say Shema without blessings. So because it's not part of the prayer, it's not morning any longer, right? So it's too late. So, but this accompanying blessing, they say it's not like a. So that's I mean when we say blessings, like in general, so like some people get confused, like. Before doing the mitzvah, before putting tefillin, you say blessing. Or before eating apple, you say blessing. It's not like that. So it's like separate part of the prayer, and it does not have Asher Kiddushonu. It's not like HaShem sanctify us to say this blessing. So those blessings are separate, and you can say them even like in this 4th hour. So because they are part of the prayer.
Does that include the 4th hour or no?
Yes, include until the end of the 4th hour. Yes. Yes.
So
it's if you check your your application, this Siman, I use my Siman, so it's latest Shacharis.